This evening, Guyana's counter-tip unit trains 2,000 individuals to identify human trafficking victims. Body of missing Berbice woman found in Betsy village. DJ Gaza Prince dies in tragic car accident on Friendship Public Road. In the region, Brazil's government steps up school security after a series of attacks. And internationally, Sudan, fighting enters a second week as each ceasefire breaks. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for April 24th, 2023. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, a fatal accident occurred on Sunday on Friendship Public Road, East Bank, Essequibo, resulting in the death of a driver, Sean Lee, also known as DJ Gaza Prince. Lee lost control of his vehicle and collided with a concrete culvert, causing the car to flip and land in a trench. The driver and occupant both received injuries to their heads and about their bodies. They were pulled out of the submerged vehicle by public-spirited citizens and rushed to the Diamond Diagnostic Center on the east bank of the Marara, where they were examined and subsequently referred to the Georgetown Public Hospital. Lee was admitted to the ICU in critical condition and passed away from his injuries. The female passenger is in stable condition. The incident is under investigation. In other news, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security's counter-tip unit has trained over 2,000 individuals to better identify victims of human trafficking. Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vinaya Prasad, stated that the unit had recorded 3 cases of trafficking in persons this year. 2 of those individuals received restitution, a landmark decision allowing victims to receive compensation from the profits traffickers have withheld from them. Minister Prasad expressed hope that more perpetrators will have to face the law and pay restitutions to those who have suffered at their hands. The ministry is also working on translating messages related to traffic in person and domestic violence into various languages to increase public awareness. The Spanish hotline 624-0079 has been established to enable Spanish Portuguese-speaking individuals to report trafficking. This complements the existing 914 hotline for English-speaking individuals. Guyana has been able to maintain its Tier 1 status in the U.S. Department of State 2022 Trafficking in Person report due to these efforts. Minister Prasad emphasized the need to raise awareness about trafficking and providing resources for victims to report these crimes. In a tragic turn of events, the body of missing Berbice woman Talisha Demandio was found in Betsy village, East County, Berbice on Friday last. The 36-year-old, who had reportedly been abducted by a man she had a child with, was found wrapped in a multicolored blanket. The police, acting on a tip-off, discovered the body with a wound on the neck that had almost severed her head. Further investigations led police officers to Kanji River within the New Forest Village area, where they found a mattress and a pillow with what appeared to be bloodstains. The victim's body is at the Arokium Funeral Home awaiting a post-mortem examination. No arrest has been made so far, but the police have issued a wanted bulletin for the suspect Sunil Durga. The victim had left her home at Crabwood Creek and reportedly stayed at her mother's residence at Blairmount on the west bank of Berbice when she was allegedly abducted on April 14, 2023. The matter was reported to the Blairmount police station and checks were made for the victim and the suspect in Region 6 and 5, which proved futile at the time. Stick around when we return. Healthcare call center to be operational in 2023, and 2 motorcyclists killed in head-on collision on Tumiri Public Road, East Bank of the Marara.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold, and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, fried spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinate soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hey, this is your fancy vehicle and door is your house?
Yes, this is my vehicle and actually I'm waiting on my land. I'm actually renting this house for $50,000.
$50,000? You head boy, you crazy, you mad, you head not good. Why you buy? Look, let me show you the light. Come with me.
Come on down to Fabulous Homes today. Pay $50,000 every month for 36 months or until you reach 50% of your house costs. Move in after 75% of the cost has been paid.
This is wonderful. Let's go. Sign me up.
Alright, let me go and dash away your landlord.
To explore our home ownership program, check our Facebook page for more information or come down to our office at Avalon Friendship.
Hey, Chinese, thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
You got through?
Yes.
Call us at 227-1380 or 615-8740. Fabulous Homes International Realty, changing tenants into homeowners.
At Fabulous Homes, we bring your dreams to life.
Welcome back. On Saturday, two motorcyclists, Romario Reed and Leonardo Rivers, died in a tragic head-on collision on Tumiri Public Road, East Bank, Demerara. Reed was driving motorcycle CJ7405 with a pillion rider Leon Burnett, while Rivers drove motorcycle CG9504. Both were speeding and neither was wearing a safety helmet. Rivers allegedly overtook a motor car and collided with Reed's motorcycle. The three individuals fell onto the road and sustained injuries to their heads and bodies. The police and public-spirited citizens took them to the Diamond Diagnostic Center, where Reed and Rivers died during treatment, while Burnett was admitted in stable condition. The bodies of the deceased were transported to the Georgetown Public Hospital's mortuary for post-mortem examination, and investigations are underway. In other news, a hit-and-run fatal accident is being investigated by the police at Virgin Union East Bank, Essequibo, involving a 45-year-old female pedestrian, Selena Sukalal, and a red motor pickup whose registration number is unknown. The incident occurred around 11 p.m. on Saturday. The driver of a motor car that was proceeding in the same direction as the pickup stated that she slowed down when she saw the pedestrian in her path, but before she could stop, the pickup overtook her vehicle and hit the pedestrian, dragging her about 50 feet away. The driver of the pickup stopped for a few seconds before driving off in a western direction. As a result of the collision, the pedestrian received injuries to her head and body. Her motionless body was taken to the Leonora Cottage Hospital, where she was pronounced dead on arrival by a doctor on duty. The body is at the Ezekiel Funeral Parlor, awaiting a post-mortem examination. Meanwhile, investigators observed several CCTV cameras in the area, and the footage will be reviewed. Investigations are ongoing. On a different note, the government has signed a memorandum of understanding with CEASEFIRE Health Records Incorporated, a healthcare BPO company based in India, to establish a health care call center this year. The call center will create jobs for the country's young, educated population, and the government expects the BPO sector to employ at least 15,000 people by 2025. The call center is expected to have 300 seats and will be established in Essequibo or Berbice, with the Enmore and Tushin call centers being refurbished. The initiative is part of the government's plan to boost the economy and support the diversification of the non-oil sector. Don't go away after the break. New immigrant caravan heads to Mexico City seeking U.S. asylum, and Sudan fighting enters a second week as each ceasefires break.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing, with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, GOV'T seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document planting flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she papa buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a Guyana map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide.
Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Hey, this is your fancy vehicle and door is your house?
Yes, this is my vehicle, and actually I'm waiting on my land. I'm actually renting this house for $50,000.
$50,000? You head more? You crazy? You mad? You head no good? Why you look, let me show you that light. Come with me.
Come on down to Fabulous Homes today. Pay $50,000 every month for 36 months or until you reach 50% of your house costs. Move in after 75% of the cost has been paid.
This is wonderful. Let's go. Sign me up.
Alright, let me go and dash away your landlord.
To explore our home ownership program, check our Facebook page for more information or come down to our office at Avalon Friendship.
Hey, Chinese, thanks, man. Thanks a lot, man.
You got to look.
Yes.
Call us at 227-1380 or 615-8740. Fabulous Homes International Realty, changing tenants into homeowners.
At Fabulous Homes, we bring your dreams to life.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Brazil's government has launched a campaign to improve safety in schools after a series of shocking incidents. There are now more security patrols outside schools, and 300 people suspected of planning further attacks have been detained in recent weeks. Al Jazeera's Monica Yanhue reports.
Minuto de silêncio.
Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva chaired an emergency meeting aimed at preventing violence in schools. In March, a 13-year-old student stabbed and killed a teacher with a knife. Then this month, a 25-year-old man wielding a hatchet broke into this preschool, killing 4 children between the ages of 5 and 7.
Mas que cometeu uma monstruosidade.
It's a monstrosity that all of us who are fathers, mothers, grandparents, uncles could never imagine would happen.
At the meeting, the government announced it would be spending $625 million to reinforce security in the schools. But the president and his closest aides also blamed the spread of hate speech on social media as a contributing factor in the surge of school violence. Justice Minister Flávio Dino said social media websites would be monitored as part of the operation to prevent new school attacks.
Regulating and monitoring the internet does not violate our freedom of speech. To protect those rights, we need rules to curb hate videos and messages which are being published every day, instigating violence.
School attacks are a new phenomenon in Brazil, but some specialists believe the surge of violence could become as common as in the United States.
In the 20 years before last year, we had 11 school attacks, but in just the past 10 months, we've had 10. These numbers can't be compared to those in the US, but they show a sharp increase in a country that is not used to dealing with this kind of violence.
Adriana Silveira is grateful to see security measures are finally being taken seriously. For more than a decade, she's been pushing Brazilian officials to focus on school violence. In 2011, her 14-year-old daughter and 11 other students were killed in the Realengo massacre, the deadliest school attack in Brazil's history.
I not only lost a daughter, but saw my family being shattered. My husband and father both suffered strokes. My son had to cope alone with the pain of losing a sister and seeing his parents plunge in despair. It's a feeling that only those who have suffered it firsthand can understand.
This month, police patrols in front of schools have increased. But Adriana, like many Brazilians, feel that more needs to be done, and that families, teachers, and psychologists must be better prepared to deal with this new threat.
These statues of teenagers running as if they had their futures ahead of them represent the 12 students who were killed during Brazil's deadliest school attack. A reminder by parents and advocates that unless serious protection measures are taken, innocent lives will continue to be at stake. Monica Yanakiev, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.
More than 3,000 people are marching north through Mexico. They are one of several large groups of migrants trying to reach the U.S. border. Nevertheless, they are also demanding justice for migrants who died in a fire at a detention center last month. Al Jazeera's Andrea Vanwy reports.
They have walked long distances through some of the harshest conditions in the world. No matter how difficult their journey, these migrants marching across Mexico say they're determined to stop only once they reach the United States.
We don't have any other alternative than leaving from here and to keep moving forward. We won't give up. All of us want to get to the United States to fight for a better future for my daughter here and another one I left in Honduras.
Fleeing violence and poverty in Central America, thousands of migrants walk together for safety to reach Mexico each year.
We have to move and keep aiming for our dream because I left with a dream. My wife is 4 months pregnant. This is my dream, to arrive in the United States and give it all to my daughter.
This group has mostly Venezuelans who flew to Panama or Costa Rica. Then it's the long journey north, on foot. They're aiming to reach Mexico City in around 10 days. But this is not just a search for better opportunities. These people are angry about a fire at a detention center in Mexico last month that killed 40 migrants. Now they carry crosses and banners to remember those who'll never see the US.
Now we have decided to move forward in this journey because of the 40 people who died there, who were set on fire. The officials are murderers. They don't want the migrants from our countries, and we want justice.
Even if they make it to the US border, entering the United States is not easy. Tough immigration policies are making it harder for migrants to claim asylum. And after spending days and weeks on the road, these children and their families may well be told to go back. Andrea van Beek, Al Jazeera.
Australia has launched its biggest defence shake-up.
And internationally, civilians are fleeing the Sudanese capital Khartoum as fighting between the army and paramilitary rapid support forces is in its second week. The violence has continued despite a ceasefire agreed for Eid. The two fell out over a plan to hand back power to civilians after a coup in 2019. Al Jazeera's Rahila Mohammed reports.
People in Khartoum are living in the middle of a war zone. What was once a bustling market is now piles of rubble. Buildings and homes are in ruins.
This bullet was fired here near my house here in Khartoum Bahri. We are suffering of lack of food, lack of electricity, lack of water. We do not have electricity for 3 days now, and also we do not have access to water.
People say relatives are missing, but they can't go out and search for them as they're too scared to leave the house. Doctors have described the situation as catastrophic.
The hospital is still operational, but not to the full capacity due to the shortage of medical equipment, let alone difficulty the medical staff face to get to work.
The fighting in the capital is centered around the presidential palace and the army headquarters. This video appears to show members of the paramilitary rapid support forces with their commander, General Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, in the area. But it's not clear when it was filmed. Across the Nile River in the city of Omdurman, some people are burying their dead. This home was hit by shelling while the family was asleep.
I have burns on my body and I couldn't stand up, but God helped me. Many shells came into my room and I collected them. They hit the room and came through the window. They broke the glass. I was lying in bed, and when I stood up, I fell to the ground.
In Darduk, north of Khartoum, there are pockets of resistance. Some people took to the streets in protest on Saturday, calling for an end to the violence. Analysts say Sudan's long-awaited transition to civilian rule, a prospect that seemed imminent a few weeks ago, is moving further out of reach. For as long as General Daglo and Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan refuse to back down.
One of them needs to win so that he could claim power. This is how they see it from both ends. And ultimately, they have no problem, in my opinion, sacrificing whatever it takes, like compromising or jeopardizing the security of the whole country.
And all the while, Sudanese live in fear as more of their country is destroyed in a battle for power. Rahila Mohammed, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that is Safe TV 2 headline news for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Safe TV 2 headline news on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and in the evening at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.